Sorry, guys.
Hello,
You
guys.
caught me.
Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Joel Mclntyre. He's had 27 fights, 20 wins, 7 defeats, with 5 wins by knockout. And he's back out Wembley Arena against Ezra Taylor on the Joe Joyce Zhang undercard over 8 rounds. And how are you, Joel?
Sorry, man. Got my mouth full. You caught me eating my breakfast. I'm good, my man. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Last time I had you on was after the Lyndon Arthur fight, I think.
Yeah, man. We haven't spoken for a bit.
But yeah, you've had two good fights since then. You fought Ricky Summers in March, and I do believe you went to his sort of home. Well, it was his show in a way, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were in Wolverhampton, so it was their show, man. I took my belt up there. Very kindly took my belt up there to to have a fight with them, give them the chance.
And do you feel like you won that fight?
I feel like I did. I feel like I did enough to win it. Obviously, I knew I was on that turf. I knew I wasn't getting any favors, but I thought I did enough, man. I think the commentary thought I did enough as well. Yeah, man, it was a bit of a slow start, which probably lost me the fight, to be fair. But yeah, but it is what it is, man. It's that's done, I suppose, isn't it? It's done.
But you enjoyed topping the bill again, did you?
Yeah, it was good, mate. It was on the what was it on BBC iPlayer as well?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. And Fight Zone, I think.
Cool. Yeah, pretty good, man.
It was
But
good.
it's just obviously a shame of
Yeah,
the outcome.
it was. But it was a good fight to watch.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think people enjoyed it.
I thought you won by 2 rounds, but I mean, going away, it's hard, especially if it's a close fight.
Yeah, you're right. Of course.
But and then you fought in Birmingham in May against Shakan Pitters over 8 rounds on live on Sky Sports. And how did it feel boxing on Sky Sports?
It was pretty good, mate. It was pretty good, mate. It was yeah, it was decent. Like Sky Sports and Boxer were like they sort of look after you. It was all good. It was good build up. Yeah, always good to be on them shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Did
I've been
you
in boxing for a while, so it's kind of so you go and see a load of old friends, So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's. I thought they were a bit harsh. I thought you at least got around in that fight.
Oh man, yeah, I definitely did, but it didn't make a difference. I mean, I wasn't. I don't think I was at anywhere near sort of my best. I had 3 fights on the bounce, and I think it was a bit. I think I let things slip a little bit as far as preparation went.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, it was a little bit of a sort of. It's not so much late notice, but we were training for a different opponent. We had something else lined up, which actually fell through.
Oh,
So yeah, it's just the nature of the game, mate. And yeah, so we basically took that fight. It wasn't an ideal opponent, wasn't an ideal fight really. It wasn't what we were training for, but again, I wanted to keep busy, and I thought it was a good opportunity. And yeah, so it was one of those.
and he's massive for the weight, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, man, 6'7".
So were you trying to break the body? Like, were you trying to break, like, in a way, break the body?
Do you know what? He didn't really want to engage with me. There was a couple of times when we did take a few shots. When he did land a few shots, and it was a bit of a negative fight for me. I mean, I'm obviously I like to stand and fight with anyone. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather someone stand and have it out with me, and he didn't really want to do that because fair play to him, he didn't need to do that. So why
Mm-hmm.
would you go into the danger zone if you don't need to?
Did you have
Um,
Barry Smith in your corner for that one?
yeah, yeah. I've been spending a bit of time up in Essex with those guys. So I was doing a bit of prep up there in Essex, training with some of the lads up there at Ben's gym. So yeah, I've known Barry for a long time. So I asked him to be in my corner.
Hmm. And will he be in your corner for the next one, or no?
I don't think so. I do plan on getting in touch and spending a bit of time out there because a lot of the boys, you've got Royston and you got Alois. They're both on the show as well. So
Oh
it'd be
yeah.
good to get up and do a bit of training with them. Alois is a cruiserweight, so he's a great sparring for myself.
Well, you
So maybe
sparred
I'll get
him.
up and do some. Yeah, done some sparring with him.
He's a good guy, and he can whack, can't he? I mean, have you seen
Yeah,
his
he's a
knockouts?
powerhouse. He's a powerhouse. He's a young lion. He's a powerhouse. He's got a lot of and do you know what? He's a student of the game as well. I've got a lot of time for him. He wants to learn, you know.
Yeah, and it
So
does when you're in there. Can you? Because it's scary to think that he's only is he what 19 now? I think.
yeah, maybe 20 by now. I don't know. He was 19. Yeah,
Yeah, but one of the two, and it's scary to think that he hasn't even got his full power yet. And same with Royston as well, because he hits pretty hard as well.
yeah. You're absolutely right, mate. Yeah, I didn't think of that really. They're both. I said to Alice, "You're a baby," because when he told me how old he was, and they are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is going to be something special. He's a great boxer as well. Royston's the same. He's very good, very good. And he's got a young brother as well. Noah, he's also looking good.
Hmm. So is it good training alongside those sort of fighters as well? And is Lee Wood in? Does Lee Wood train down there as well? Doesn't he?
Yeah, Lee Wood. Yeah, so I was up there while he was in prep for his last win.
Yeah.
Um, he's just a humble guy, total professional. Really puts the effort in. I mean, he got stopped by Lara, but it was unfortunate. It was against the run of play, I think. And
And he was winning anyway before that
yeah,
knockout.
exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. So he was winning, and then he got caught, which is unfortunate. And it's just one of
Because
the
if
things when you're
Ben let
fighting
him,
someone like Lara.
because if Ben let him continue, looking back at it, he could have got brutally knocked out. So it was, even though it was hard to take for him, I would say it's a good call. It was a good call now looking back, due to so we could fight so soon after that defeat.
100%, mate. 100%. He would have always wanted to be going for that rematch. Ben knows exactly what he's doing, mate. Don't even question that. Do you know what I mean? No one needs to question that. Boy, a man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's got his fighters, which like his lads. Do you know what I mean? So
He
just
schooled him though. He schooled Lara the second time.
yeah, perfect punch, perfect performance. Just did exactly what he had to do.
Hmm. And moving on to your fight, Wembley Arena, back on the big stage. I like the fact that you haven't gone back to like fighting a 6 round or a warm up fight. Straight back in the deep end. That's what we like, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, definitely. So obviously after I've had 3 losses on the bounce, I don't have my belt anymore. So I was kind of out in the wilderness. So I was actually looking, if I'm honest, I was looking at getting local ones because I've had all the away days, you know.
Yeah.
So I was looking at getting a local one, maybe just getting a small one at a small show in Portsmouth, letting all my people come to that, like a nice local one, and then getting a win back on the record and then going from there. But this opportunity came. BT Sports, they gave us a good, decent amount of notice, which is pretty much unheard of when you get a call for these sorts of fights,
Yeah.
especially after my last 3 losses. And yeah, I mean, it got my blood flowing.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back to winning ways, and you've got a good fighter in Ezra Taylor, who's I do believe he's I forgot now. Well, he's 6-0, sorry.
His record, yeah,
With
record
four
6-0.
knockouts.
Yeah, yeah. So it's obviously a decent operator. They obviously rate him. They want to put him in with me. Um,
Especially in his 7th fight.
yeah, I mean, he's got everything to everything to gain, but everything to lose as well. So, but I feel like I'm in the same position. I don't talk big and give it all that and all that, but man, I have got a plan for this one, and I'm feeling very good about it.
Because you've still got how many weeks until fight night? Quite a few.
Six on Saturday.
Well, it's perfect. Well, how did this fight come about, and how many weeks' notice have you had in total?
It came about. My manager Chris Hitchin. That's what that's all about.
Mm-hmm.
He's something special. I mean, I returned from like sort of semi-retirement in 2021. Chris has always been a friend of mine. He got his manager's license whilst I was semi-retired, and the agreement was that I worked with him if I came back, because I was like, no, I'm not fussed about coming back and da da da. And well, I mean, the record says it all. I came back. We had the comeback fight. It was an unknown opponent, but it was a late replacement, and I got the knockout on that, and then went straight in for the English title. Got the English title back.
Brutal knockout that one was.
That was a good one, yeah. So that was in enemy territory, so it was like it's never.
You like going to people's backyards as well, don't you? Because it feels better beating people in their own backyard than it does. Well, it would feel good beating them in your home show, but I mean, beating people in their backyard must be special.
Man, yeah, that is true. That's true. I mean, listen, I ain't got nothing against anybody, but there's people. You get people, the hostile fans, the hostile enemy fans in the out in the crowd. They're doing this. They're doing this. They're doing all this. They're like, and I love it. Just looking at it, and go, okay, we'll see what happens. Yeah. So look, even after the loss to Ricky, which obviously was, questionable, you could say. There was these guys out at the side of the ring, and they were just abusing me, abusing me at the start of the fight, and I smiled and said, okay, cool. And then at the end of the fight, all the same guys come over, shake your hand, I'll give you this respect, give you hugs and stuff like that. It is fun, man. I got no bad feelings against anybody, because it's all emotional. It's about boxing.
They don't. They're only doing that because you're fighting their guy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh man, I don't care where it is really. It's a shame that sometimes you don't get the decisions, but I never really look at trying to get a decision anyway. I want to sort of take it out of the hands of the judges.
Mm-hmm. But you've got wait, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
I said you've got Ezra Taylor over 8 rounds. Do you rate Ezra Taylor as a fighter, and have you watched his fights?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do a bit of homework on this guy. I hadn't heard of him before this fight came up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, they clearly rate him. I know he's training hard wherever he is. He's doing he's doing bits and pieces I hear about.
I had him on the other day, and he said that he was training with Dubois ahead of his fight with Usyk.
Oh, lovely. So he's yeah, that's well, what, sparring with the guy? I don't really know.
I don't really know. I forgot what he said, but it was a few weeks back. I think like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you'd imagine maybe he's doing some sparring with him, but then again, I don't know how that would work. To be fair, the weight difference is a little bit whatever. But listen, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, he's obviously, they rate him. They want to put him in and test him against myself. But I'm not shot yet, man. I'm not shot. I'm not finished yet.
Is this the last roll of the dice for you?
Well, in boxing, it's always a case of one fight to the next, isn't it? So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan on it being finished yet, mate. And yeah, I'm very, very, very focused on this fight.
Yes, and you've got Ezra Taylor, and also, do you think if the later stage of the fight, do you think that will play into your hands if it goes past halfway, Will it play into your hands?
Yeah, it could do. I suppose. I can go the distance. I've gone the distance. Never done 12 rounds, but obviously done that sort of stuff in sparring. Done don't know how many 10 rounders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy's fresh. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what he's really made of. It'll be interesting. Like I say, it's a sport. I do it because I love it, but I do it because I well, yeah, it's the only thing I'm good at, man. So that's the reason. So it'd
Mm-hmm.
be interesting to see what this guy's like, and you know, if he does the job, all power to him. But I definitely plan on upsetting the party.
Mm-hmm. And how does it feel as you're fighting at Wembley Arena? Have you fought at Wembley Arena before?
Actually, yeah, I have. Yeah, I fought on a Chris Eubank undercard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a strange one because of the scheduling and stuff like that on TV. The way them things work is you basically have to you're on the undercard, you have to be ready, The
Mm-hmm.
gloves pretty much go on straight away, you warm up and you stay there and you could be there for hours, you could be there for
Oh, you
minutes.
were the float, wasn't you?
Pardon?
Were you the live float sort of thing, the float fight?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was that. So it was like, right, I was scheduled for a 6 rounder. I had a guy that I knew that I was gonna have to break down one of those guys, them
Who was it?
journeymen. I can't remember the guy's name. It's one of them journeymen with like a rock solid head, and just a chin made of granite. And you do have to work them out, and you do have to break them down a bit. I feel like I could have got a stoppage in that fight, which would have been quite a big statement. But the situation was it was scheduled for a 6 rounder, and
Yeah.
then at the last minute, obviously being the float, they called me in and they said, right, 4 rounds. Okay. And I said, no, 6 rounder. They said, well, no, you got 4 rounds. That's what we're doing, 4 rounds. I said, listen, it's a 6 rounder. He said, look, do you want to go on now or do you want to go on at 12 o'clock tonight? So it's kind of like, right, okay, I don't want to go on at 12 o'clock tonight, so I go on and I'll do 4 rounds. Unfortunately, wasn't quite enough time for me to break the guy down. But but you know, that is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
like I say, it's yeah, I've fought there before, man. It's
yeah.
decent thing.
And of course, also one of your last opponents, Ricky Summers, is fighting Anthony Yard. And how do you think he'll get on in his fight?
I really don't know. It's a tough one to call, isn't it? It's like Yard is a bit in.
You still there, Joe? You still there?
Into world level fights, which is I don't know why Yard didn't have these sort of fights in the beginning, sort of clear out you could clear out like nationally and clear out sort of go from there. But it's what it is.
Do
It's a bit
you
of a
feel
strange one,
like
but
for Ricky, as he's fighting Anthony Yard, do you think he's vacated that English belt or do
I
you
don't know
know?
exactly how it works, mate.
Ah,
I don't
but
know exactly how it works, but I think Yard was like mandatory for the European, which he turned down. So he's got a plan. I think he wants to get back winning again and make a statement. I would be surprised if it's for the English title,
mm-hmm.
but
It isn't.
I
I
mean,
don't think it is.
no. Um, but yeah, Rick's obviously an ex-opponent of mine, and but he's actually a friend. So I wish him the best.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to call, so be an interesting fight.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say the whole undercard of this show is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know you've got Moses Atuma, Alloys, Tommy Fletcher, Royston, yourself. You've got Zach Parker, Pierce O'Leary, Sam Noakes, Yard,
Mate,
Lee Summers, and Joyce. So what a card, top to bottom.
mate, it's incredible. I've told people, I said, like, if I wasn't fighting on this show, I would be at this show 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a hell of a night.
And one more question before I let you go. And before I let you shout out anyone who's helped you as always, Joe Joyce or Zaheli Zhang, is that's topping the bill?
Oh man, Jojo, what? Who wins?
Yeah, Joe Joyce v Zhang.
I'd love to see Joyce do it. I'd love to. I've got a lot of time for Joyce. I like him. I've always liked him. I think he's got that. He's got that unholy strength and power, which is just something else. And I don't know if you've ever seen him at the end of his fights do a backflip. So he's obviously got agility. He's got power. He's got a chin, but you know that's heavyweight, so it doesn't really matter if you got a chin or not. I'm just going to say Joe Joyce because I'd love to see him win it.
Mm-hmm. And before I let you go, do you want to shout out anyone just as always?
Yeah. Everyone at Base Camp Gym in Hillsey. It's the best gym around, man. It's unlike anywhere else. That's my home. Obviously, there's Lee Jackson runs that. He's got Jackson Groundworks. Man, if I start this, I'm not going to stop. There's a big old list. I do my shout outs. Everyone knows who they are, and I do my shout outs on my social media. But Hitchens Boxing, obviously, Chris Hitchens, because he's a new promoter and manager, and so far, well, this is like almost a trifecta because I'm Sky Sports, Wasserman Channel 5, and Boxing Sky Sports, Wasserman Channel 5, and this is BT Sports and Frank Warren. I guess
it's incredible.
Mate, he's really done the work for me. It's the reason why I came back to the sport and the reason why I love the sport again. So I've got to give a big shout out to Chris as always. And everyone else that I've got, I will shout them out later on today. It's good. We've got a training session in a bit. Then we got a photo shoot. So we're going to get some more footage, some more content, some more promo stuff. So I'll make sure I drop names of everyone I need to drop.
Mm-hmm. Nice one, mate. And thank you for your time, Joe.
Thank you, Sam, as always, mate. You're a top boy. I wish you all the best. You're doing your thing. I love it.
Thank you, Joe. And good luck with the fight.
Bye, mate.
Bye, mate.